when you started talking about earlier there about how not disrupting the adjacent building and making sure operations could continue. All the things that were going through my head is, is there a number of, the number of decibels that you can, as far as the noise goes, is there certain vibration levels, or is there anything that kind of like, that is a surprise that kind of didn't jump out of the page in the tender for this project?
So for the most part, I like to think that we were pretty aware of most of the conditions that we were getting into, but there is some unique constraints, we'll say, that you won't see anywhere else. So yes, there is noise and vibration are absolutely huge. So we don't have any noise sensors, but we do have vibration sensors around key equipment. So like their CT scanners, their MRIs, different X-ray machines. We do keep vibration monitoring, and that has led us, like, we've had to change some of our, like, we have to drill piles, for example, in the middle of an operating hospital. We're in there with drill rigs doing piles for a new shear wall. And we had to, it was exciting.
That's cool.
Yeah, so we had to pick the machinery that we were using based on the amount of vibration or noise it was going to make. Right. So we ended up using a modified core driller almost to dig down, like I think we were going 13 or 15 feet to get proper bearing for these piles. So it was kind of unique. But one major thing is dust. Dust in a hospital is an absolute killer. So infection control is probably one of the toughest constraints or unknown constraints that people don't think of during a hospital renovation. So we are required. So every space, or we call them work face, that we enter. Obviously, the first thing we do is create a dust barrier essentially around the entire space. And as part of that, we build little anterooms. So every time you enter into one of our work faces, you'll walk over a sticky mat. You go through 2 sets of doors to basically create that barrier between the hospital and our work site. On top of that, we also are required to maintain a negative pressure within that workspace.
Wow.
So that every time you open the door, the air gets sucked into the space rather than blowing out. And that's to prevent dust from entering the hospital, which is one of the greatest, like, creators of infection in recovering patients, and can be quite deadly, right? So dust control and infection control and prevention is one of the key aspects that if you're not ready and prepared for that, can really hurt you. Even materials in and out all have to be bagged, covered, wrapped, no dust. So. Mm-hmm.